So skateboarding can be pretty brutal. You're trying the same trick over and over again. If it's down a set of stairs or something, you're constantly falling over and over again, trying to learn something new. If you're a skater, you know what that's like, just constantly beating yourself over again. And honestly, it's a little demoralizing. And mentally, you get to the point where you're like, am I ever gonna land this? And sometimes we just have to come to this realization that maybe it's just not the right time for this trick yet, and just take a break and just give up for the moment. Like, I've been trying this trick now for about a week, but within that week, I've had about 4 or 5 different skate sessions, and I've tried this trick for like 2 to 3 hours every time. I'm getting into the trick, but my brain just won't tell my feet to go on the board. I'm just like super scared. I've tried it on a curb a couple times. When I do it on the curb, because the curb doesn't slide, I can stick it almost every single time. But when I go to the rail, it's a mental barrier. I can't bring myself to do it. And this video, I just wanted to talk about like how that's a common thing. If you're a beginner skateboarder, this is very common, because every trick you learn obviously is brand new and you're experiencing the world of skateboarding for the first time. And like I said, it's pretty demoralizing. It's very discouraging when you think, oh, I've got this, like I can do this, it's within my skill level, and then you go out and try it, and then you realize, whoa, like this is too much for me. I'm not as good as I thought I was at this particular point in time. And for me personally in skateboarding, that's why I skateboard, is getting to the point where you're getting frustrated with the trick, it's not quite working out, and you finally break through this mental barrier or physical barrier and finally land the trick, and you get it on lock eventually. And that whole process is exciting, and that's like why I skateboard. You don't really get that in a lot of other sports, and in every sport you can constantly progress, but in my brain I just see skateboarding as like a different thing in terms of progression and learning new tricks and constantly, making yourself better. And that's where it can be fun. But sometimes that can be a really negative thing, where you go to the skate park and you have a list of tricks in mind, or maybe it's just one trick in mind, in this case for me, the kickflip front board, and you don't land it, and you've been trying it for 4 or 5 days now in a row, and you just get really discouraged. And sometimes that can't be what skateboarding is all about, or you'll just never have fun and you'll eventually give up. And that's where a lot of beginner skateboarders give up, because they try the ollie or they try the kickflip, and they're trying it over and over and over and over again, but they never get it, and they just get to the point where they're just like, this is not fun. I'm not having fun because I'm not doing the thing. Because like I said, one of the best parts about skateboarding is the feeling of landing tricks. And if you're not getting that feeling, you're not getting that payoff, it's hard to keep going back to it over and over again, which is why I think a lot of beginners quit. So me and my wife have been talking recently about this, because like I get home from the skate session, I come inside, and I just look dead, because I'm just not happy, because I spent the last hour and a half trying the same thing over and over again and didn't really get any payoff. So to combat this, I tried to end the skate session on a good note. So if I didn't land the trick I wanted, I'll just go skate for fun and do tricks I know how to do that are rewarding for me. But I don't know, the past couple of days has just been rough. Skateboarding and like sports, being physically active is what I like to do to get my brain off of my job, school, and other things. So when it doesn't go well, it just makes everything go downhill and it affects my mood. So I don't know, I gotta get out of this funk. I'm just gonna take a break from this trick, from this kickflip front board. I've got a ton of footage of it. Hopefully I can eventually land it, and then we can, recap on this video and talk about that. But I just wanted to be up front, talk about this. I'm sure plenty of you out there, if you skateboard, have experienced this before. You definitely experienced it as a beginning skateboarder, just getting stuck in this rut to where you feel like you can't land anything, you can't do anything right in terms of skateboarding. But sometimes, like the title of this video, you just gotta know when to give up, and that's okay. That's it for this video. Sorry there wasn't a lot of skateboarding in this video, but I just want to talk about, my current experience with learning a really difficult trick for me that I really want to learn. I feel like the kickflip front board is such a staple. Like, everybody knows how to do this trick. That's like a good skater, and I want to learn it. I've got really good kickflips. I've got decent front boards. I just gotta throw it all together. So thank you guys for listening to my rant. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.